The mango tree. There was a mango tree at the back of my grandmother's house. It stood tall and wide, its thick branches weaving a protective canopy over the yard, where the sunlight filtered through like shimmering gold. That tree was at the center of my childhood, a silent witness to all the laughter, secrets, and adventures that filled those summers. Every year, as soon as school let out, we'd pack up and drive the few hours to my grandmother's place in the countryside. It was an old house, with creaky floorboards, whitewashed walls, and windows that let the breeze in just enough to smell the earth after the rain. But as much as I loved the warmth of the house, it was the yard where I spent most of my time. My cousins and I would race outside every morning after breakfast, eager to feel the dew still clinging to the grass. Our first stop was always the mango tree. Its branches stretched out like welcoming arms, and the higher you climbed, the sweeter the rewards. We would fill our pockets with the small, unripe mangoes, biting into them even though the tart One year, there was a tire swing tied to the lowest branch. My uncle had made it, and it became the new attraction. We would take turns pushing each other as high as we dared, the wind rushing past our ears, the world a blur beneath us. That swing was magic. Sometimes, when the afternoon heat grew too much, we'd sit in the tree's shade, plucking blades of grass or making up games that involved chasing shadows. My grandmother would bring out a tray of cold lemonade, and we'd drink it, the condensation cooling our sticky fingers. She'd tell us stories, her voice soft and lilting, and though I can't remember all the details now, I remember one summer, I remember it was especially hot. The leaves of the tree were fuller than ever, and the fruit hung low, heavy and golden. My cousins and I had been eagerly waiting for the perfect moment to pick them. The day finally came, and we spent hours collecting them into baskets, the sticky juice running down our arms. As the years went by, our visits became less frequent. School, friends, and responsibilities took over. The tree was still there, but I was no longer the child who spent hours climbing it or swinging beneath its branches. The last time I visited my grandmother's house, the mango tree was still standing, though it seemed a little smaller, a little I stood under it for a while, running my fingers along the rough bark, feeling the texture of memories etched into every crevice. I closed my eyes, and for a moment, I was 8 years old again, the wind in my hair, laughter ringing in my ears, the taste of tart mango on my tongue. In that quiet moment, I realized that the mango tree, much like those childhood summers, was a part of me forever. It held a piece of my heart, a piece of my past, and no matter how far I roamed, it would always be there, waiting, with the same steady patience it had shown me all those years ago.